This is the 500th anniversary of the Reformation, and historians say that the Reformation is the single most decisive factor that has created the modern world. Oh, we have to say, despite the reformers in some way, but it's put a tremendous legacy on the world. In other words, many Christians think of the impact of the Reformation on the church, and we have to begin there. So you take the big three: the restoration of the gospel, the recovery of the place of the scripture, and of course the restoration of the place of lay people. Each of those was incredibly important. But my interest has always been the legacy of the Reformation and its impact on the world too. I often call it the big C's. For example, calling recovered from the scripture, and it created the rise of purpose, dynamism, entrepreneurialism. Max Weber even says it contributes to the rise of capitalism. Or the one I'm talking about tomorrow night, covenant. Many people don't know that the notion of covenant in the book of Exodus creates the modern idea of constitution, and therefore of constitutional freedom. Incredibly important. Or you could take the Reformation rediscovery of conscience. And after the long medieval centuries of the suppression of conscience and dreadful evils like the Inquisition, it was Roger Williams and Thomas Howells and nonconformists like that who rediscovered freedom of conscience, which is a huge contribution to the rise of modern human rights. Not the Enlightenment, but the Reformation. And one could go on down the line. And one of the most important is the notion of corrigibility. In other words, the Reformation idea, semper referenda. We all often go wrong. So there isn't just one Reformation, one revival, one renewal. We constantly need to be renewed, revived, reformed, and that's at the heart of the Reformation. So I would not only look at the impact on the church, which is primary, but the impact on the culture, because what we need today is Christians who think of engaging with the culture and making an impact there too.